We're checking into Psyck.
Psyck.
Yo, check it out. It's a sick discussion.
You tuned in to Psyck Discussions. You are now listening to a Psyck Discussion.
Yo, welcome back to another episode. I gotta do it again. Another episode
I just
of
want to yell in the intro.
Discussion. You need some energy.
Okay.
You know how those YouTube people be? Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube. Why y'all talk like that? But all right, no, for real. Welcome back to another episode of Psyck Discussion.
Sick.
Always, we got another fire episode planned for y'all.
Yes, sir.
But first, the guys, right? As always, I'm Reggie So Dope.
Devin Moore.
No order today. No order today.
Oh, out of order, out of pocket.
Sam.
My bad. I'm over here messing with the
Marv. No, I was just you good, bro.
Oh shit. Yeah, and this Sam Dink IV, you already know what it is.
all that. Thanks y'all again for tuning in. And so let's just jump into it. Of course, surfing the web, watching all of these things on the internet.
Yeah, what we got this
And
week?
something that blows me, completely grinds my gears that I see on social media is when people be like, yo, college ain't for everybody. College ain't for everybody. And it's like, y'all want to be on minimum wage forever though?
Right.
Like, y'all discouraging a lot of folks, and that degree is what help get them bags. Like, yeah, you need a trade and all that. And so for y'all who want to argue trade, this ain't y'all episode.
Right.
So for those other folks though, like, does college matter? That'll be our topic for today. So to kick things off, I want to know, like, what were y'all college experiences like in general?
For me, I guess I'll start.
Right.
My college
Hit that
experience
rotation.
was interesting to say the least. I went to Northern Illinois University.
Really?
With Reggie and Marvin here.
The
Sam
outcast.
visited a
I'm the
lot.
outcast.
Sam was there on occasion.
I visited. I paid a couple visits.
But it was very, very interesting. I honestly don't know where to start, so I'm just going to pass it to Marv real fast.
I'm done. Okay.
We say, how was your experiences? I went there with my friends. That's you, Mark.
Okay.
Shit.
Well, like Devin said, went to IU. That's how I met these two, Reggie and Devin. But my experience, this is actually gonna be a real interesting topic. So overall, I enjoyed college. I think now looking back on it, I feel like there was some things that I probably could have
Done differently.
Yeah, how could I word this? Like,
Yeah.
I think I could have figured some things out. And looking back, I feel like the people I met were more valuable than
Than the
sometimes
actual-
like some of the courses I took or like the stuff that I learned. So it wasn't all bad, but I feel like that's the main thing. Looking back on it, that's why I got now. But
Facts.
but it's
College,
definitely
man.
worth going. Just to put that out there.
Oh, I rocked with college personally. I rocked with college. College was hella fun. That shit was great.
We
am
see you
from
at a
Houston.
blast.
From Houston. Literally, I was like, okay, cool. I'm coming to Chicago, so I'm living in a whole nother state, and I'm in the city. So I mean, it was a whole
So you
different.
moved to Chicago simply for school.
Simply for school.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow, what episode is
Right.
this? And we just found out.
And I'm in Chicago. Right.
I knew that, y'all.
I did not know that.
Got a whole podcast with this man. I
Right.
didn't know that.
Right.
I kissed my ass. Continue.
Yeah, but that show was just busting. You know what I'm saying? It was a new environment. It was like all new people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so it was just like fun to immerse myself in a whole new land, whole new like environment, whole new space. And I was like that super bubbly person that was like excited to meet everybody and shit. Now I'm like, get the fuck out my face.
City boy.
Not city boy.
City boy.
Yo, college for me was like unrealistic.
Really.
Like, it just didn't seem like my college experiences were created on this planet. Like,
Sir.
like no, I'm
It was that bussin',
bro. Like,
It was that
so,
bussin', huh?
Coming to college, right, and I'm literally a nobody. Like, I remember my first birthday because I got a September birthday,
Okay.
and
Not just by
damn.
yourself.
I got super fresh. Listen, got super fresh white pants. You know, Nick, you really think you dressing when you got on white pants.
Yeah.
white pants, black V-neck, all that, right? And then me and my one friend, Malik, me and her, we got on the bus to go to Buffalo Wild Wings.
You and her for your birthday.
Yep.
That's it.
Because nobody else knew who the fuck I was. I mean, I had a few other friends who went to school with us, but it wasn't.
Now we need a year 4 birthday story, but we're going to let you finish
let's
year
not
1.
do year
right?
4.
Ooh.
My goodness. But yeah, bro. And so, like, literally got on the bus, went, paid for my own food. She paid for hers, got back.
And y'all went
home.
Dutch.
You know, you feel me? Didn't even pay for it for me.
Right. On
But,
your birthday.
we ate, got back on the bus, came home. Woo! Happy birthday. Right? And like, that was my first birthday.
Right, because
in
you was what?
college.
You was turning 19, 18, 19?
19.
Right, so you couldn't get no drinks, you had no
And
fake.
no one gave a fuck. I
Right.
was just a ZID. You
And,
know what I mean?
19 also is just like a... Okay, cool. You turned 19.
Kinda.
It's such a regular degular.
Compared to my 18th
Right.
birthday when I was in a senior in high school, and it was
Drop that story. Drop
lit,
that story. Drop that
locker
story.
decorated,
Drop that story.
everybody
Not the locker
happy
decorations.
birthdays.
That's how you know it's real.
Hundreds
I
of
got
happy
friends.
birthdays on Facebook compared to like 40 on Facebook
I'm
and a
dead.
trip to B-Dubs, right?
Damn, just a year later, how you go from 100 to 40?
Ah,
You still
man.
had the same high school friends.
Graduated, bro.
They just
Wasn't
stopped
as
fucking
important
with you. They
anymore.
just-
It
they
wasn't as
forgot all
important.
about you.
I say all that to say though, right? My final birthday there, like literally we threw like a 3-day party. Everybody wanted to get into it. There was punch, there was all this, right? So to see that transition.
A 3-day party.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds.
You know what I mean? Like, I had people who literally came from the city to come to my party in
Oh,
DeKalb.
that's litty.
Like, so that transition.
That's dedication.
To answer how was my
Right.
experience, it was unreal. I went from zero to hero to villain to over it. Like all of that within the 5 years, and I ain't ashamed of that. The 5 years I spent at Northern. So like my shit was everything. It was nothing. It was
Right.
great. It was annoying.
That's
Ugh.
blessing.
Yeah.
I guess. That's one
That
way to
was
put it.
that.
That's
Blessing.
one way to put it.
And so would y'all do that shit again though? Like
Definitely.
if y'all could do undergrad again, would y'all?
Sam's going strictly
In
for
a
the
second.
fun.
All right,
In
all
a
fun.
second. In a
All
second.
fun.
I go to class at all.
What? In a second. I would go for the fun, not for the school though. I would go for the the congregation of people, right? Because I also went to a liberal arts school. I went to Columbia, right? So literally, it's nothing but, well, really, it was kind of like a repeat of high school, somewhat. But I'm like without my parents because my high school was a performing arts high school or whatever. So it was basically a rerun of that, but it was more bussing. And so I would take the congregation of the people, you know what I'm saying? We had like live performances, poetry slams, Big Mouse, that's what they call them, where you could go up there and just do whatever you want, you know what I'm saying? Basically, you could perform, you could rap, sing, do poetry, draw if you want to, you know what I'm saying? Do a monologue. So I would rerun all of that.
Okay.
Because the culture in it was just beautiful, right? But waking up at 8 o'clock to go to class? Afraid not. Afraid
do
not.
that.
But yeah, I definitely do that shit in a second. In a second, I do all that shit over.
Really?
Yes.
I took 1 AM class and was over it. Never again.
One and
Done.
done.
One and done.
Whoa,
I was like,
what's crazy? A lot of people was like that.
I
Hell
am
yeah,
one of
man.
those people.
Right? Oh yeah.
I came right from high. I was like, high school. I just get up, at 7, no big deal. I'm gonna take this 7:30 class
life.
freshman year. Psych.
Right. Because you
A
up
whole
at
different
5
life.
a.m. You up. You going to sleep at 5 a.m.
For real though.
Marv, would you do it again?
I
Would you do it
would.
over?
I'll definitely do it over. Like I said, outside of kind of what Sam said, for the fun too. But I just met some crazy dope people, and I feel like some of those relationships, looking back, I didn't get to capitalize on the way I wanted to, for whatever reason. Like it was a petty reason, or like we just kind of like discommunicated because like we didn't have classes no more. But looking back, like, I met some amazing people at NIU, and that's honestly what it boils down to me. Like I think. Like I said, most of the classes were like, oh, okay, I'm doing this because I have to go through the motions of like taking classes. But like the people I met and the experience overall, it was amazing. Like it was crazy dope. So I would definitely do it over again.
Sound like a few people you feel like you should have hit. That's what it sounds.
Blow up his spot. On the line.
The whole conversation. I was just saying,
Shawty owed me some pussy from 2012 and shit.
Just blew up his whole spot.
Right.
hey, if y'all knew Marvin undergrad, hey, he miss you. Hit the line.
Hit
The DMs are open.
Facebook.
Right.
Drop
If he
a like.
ghosted
Not
you,
at
he
all.
didn't mean to.
Not at
He
all.
ain't mean to.
Not
His
at
phone
all.
was
Busy.
off. He ain't mean to ghost you. Right.
At
He
all,
was
man.
Busy.
Talking about
Oh,
busy.
wow.
Yo, that's hilarious. So like,
Would you do it again?
I would
You
not
didn't answer the question.
I would not.
I would
okay,
not.
that's why I tried to avoid it.
I thought you went
would
from
not.
0 to hero.
Yeah, but
So
then,
that was
It's a
enough.
villain.
to
yeah,
villain.
right.
bro. Like for real, G. College was such a roller coaster for me. Like I'm a nigga who had absolutely nothing. I came from nothing. And through hard work and some support, like literally I had everything. Like on our yard, we did have campus celebrities, bro. Like there was some people who literally were larger than they should have been.
Dead.
Like it's a real thing.
I
yo.
believe that though.
When you walking around in these suits, your bags match your shoes.
Right.
You got money. You hosting all these parties.
Right.
Like you're literally everywhere.
Yeah.
And it seems like you're the coolest person. Like everyone knows you.
Yeah.
The people who don't like shit, maybe I
See-
need to know them too.
Low key, I have a love-hate relationship with that whole kind of vibe, or just like
I have a hate relationship
community,
with it.
right?
Please,
I have,
tell me
a-
more.
Go
I have- I have a love-hate relationship with it personally, because I mean, where I went to college, we ain't had that. There was no, oh, you're the big man on campus. Either you were just, you knew people, or you just didn't, right? And or you went out, you was a person that went out, or you just didn't. And it was like when you got there, it was like cool, like everybody know each other. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like because you don't see everybody all the time. Right, it was like kind of a community school. It was a community school or whatever, so it wasn't no yard for real. It was just downtown.
That makes sense.
Right. But my love relationship, like that's my love-hate relationship. That's one side of it, right? The other side of it is like I probably would have been one of the cool kids. So like,
That's why he loves
You
it.
know,
He's like,
like,
I would have ran the
oh,
campus.
Okay. I'm cooler than
I
the
probably
average.
would have been one of the. Cool. I literally had a shirt that said that shit.
Sir,
No
please.
bullshit. Like cooler than the average.
Hey,
bro.
we're next.
When I grow up, I want to
Sick.
be like you,
Bro,
Sam.
people just gravitate towards me. I don't even know how I do it.
All right,
how I do
relax.
it. I don't know how it
Simmer
happens.
down,
Too much dip on your chips,
Too much
left,
dip
brother.
on your
Let me-
chip.
let me
Relax,
scrape a little bit
bucko.
off. Let me scrape a little bit off. I need one of them one-on-one Buffalo Wild Wings
I'm done.
birthday trips to humble me a little
Oh,
bit.
the pun continues.
Oh my God.
But
I
no,
don't know why.
that's why I wouldn't do it again though, because like I had lost my mind, yo. Yeah, I
Damn.
mean, like granted,
Were
I
you
looked
trying to
good.
be a cool kid?
Nah,
Was.
I was not.
Right. I was about to say, weren't you a cool kid?
I was. So here's the thing: I wasn't trying to become a cool kid, but when I literally became one, it was like a drug. Like I couldn't stop. Like I told y'all before, I used to tell people like, "Yo, if ever you hit my line, I'ma always respond."
Right.
What? That is the
Sicko.
dumbest non-boundary
Yeah,
setting
yeah,
thing you can
yeah,
set. But like, I just felt like I owed it to the people to
See,
be
nah.
there for them.
I'm one of them cool kids that just don't care.
Hey, that works.
But
What made me cool is that I
Alleged
did
cool
care,
kid.
right? You can become cool for not caring and cool
Right.
because you cared.
Right.
And I did care.
Right.
I just didn't know how to handle that shit. And I didn't know how to say I couldn't handle this shit.
you was over there like
Yeah.
All
All right. Well, it depends on what
the
this
cool
reference
kid
means.
drug.
We mean cool kid
Injecting.
drugs, guys. No heroin.
Right.
Because none of that. Not in these veins.
Oh shit.
But all right, okay, cool. To bring us back, so after all that we just said, then like, do y'all feel like college is for everybody? Because again, I said like I was a nigga who went in there with nothing, got everything, and I hated it. You were fresh as hell to Chicago and you love this shit. Y'all do it again. Like, do y'all feel like college is for everybody?
I mean, I feel like, and what we just said right here, we had different perspectives on it. So, like, no, it's not for everybody. Some
Yeah.
people really don't want that shit or need that shit. I guarantee you, it's not for D1 NBA potential NBA athletes, right? Because they gotta go, they have to go to college, and people are making money off their backs when they could go straight to the NBA. A lot of them don't want to do it, but then again, I do listen to podcasts where NBA players talk, and they're like, you know what though, I really wouldn't trade those 4 years for anything. So I mean, I think it just depends on the person, for real.
Okay.
Take it away, Devin.
Anybody?
The pressure on the pod.
The waiting music.
So what was the question?
All right.
Do you feel like college is for everybody?
Why is he yelling at me?
I'm dead.
I don't think college is for everybody. And honestly, just depends on like the the personality and also the person. Because some people, they don't want to be around all those people, and they can go to a quick community college, get their associates, and be on their way, or do a trade or do something like that, and just be satisfied with that lifestyle that they want to live.
Sure.
Like sometimes people don't want to go to college and like put in all that, not even put in all that work. 'Cause that sounds like make people sound like they're being lazy, but. Yeah, I just feel like it really just depends on the person and what they want to like, their goal in life.
Yeah.
True.
Do you have a plan?
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Literally finna say the same thing they said. Like, it depends on the person, like you said, their goals. Because if, say, like, you trying to start, like, a small business, like, you love whatever, like, making T-shirts. Like, you don't have to go to school for 4 years to, like, develop a business. I feel like you would benefit more from finding someone that's ahead of you, like a mentor, and just kind of getting, like, a blueprint from them. And it's like, I feel like it just depends on, literally depends on what you're going to school for. Like, if you just don't know, I feel like people just do it just to go. Like, oh, it's the next thing to do. So,
Like, at a certain point, college is like expected of most people, and most people don't even know why they want to go to college.
But that's why you go to college.
Yeah.
I was about to say I'm gonna have to throw some opposition into this because we all over here agreeing. We all over here like
I don't agree with y'all. But I'm gonna let
I was
y'all
waiting
finish.
for it. Go ahead, drop
Wait,
it.
were you done with your point?
Because everybody
Go
pretty
ahead.
much said they don't think college for everybody.
I feel like y'all tweaking. I
You
feel
think
like
so?
college is for everybody. I feel like it's not for everybody immediately.
Yeah.
But I feel like college is for everybody
Yeah.
because, like, yo, our world is changing, right? We're seeing less and less cashiers.
Yeah.
And even given, like, COVID, right? We seeing less and less people in the store. They ain't even trying to pay folks.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, if you can't be a cashier, if you can't have these minimum wage jobs because they're replacing them with robots and machines,
Yeah.
then what you gonna do? OnlyFans? Like, eventually you're gonna have to become
Start
the
a
person.
T-shirt line.
But like, it's just the economy is pushing folks. Like, you gotta have a level
Right.
of higher education, or you have to have a network that can
Right.
continue to plug you into things.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like,
But we got social media now though, so that's my network now.
but you
I
don't
mean,
even,
my
not
friends
everybody
from
know
high
how to
school.
social media.
Yeah.
No, but if you are good at it, you may not need it. You may not need college if you're good at social media. And that's
Well-
the thing. You got to become good at these things. You can't just expect money to fall in your lap
And
or
it's-
expect success.
It's easier to become good at those things though at a place of higher learning. Niggas
That's
in the
true.
hood
It
can't
depends.
teach me what I've learned about leadership. They can teach me something about leadership,
I mean,
but they can't teach me what I learned at
Well,
undergrad.
what about YouTube University?
I gotta know where to look.
Yeah.
And if all I know is hood niggas, and we only watching booty shaking and
Wow.
Charlemagne the God, you know what I mean? Not to
Charlemagne.
stereotype, but they can't. Y'all can't point me in the right direction.
But one thing, a good thing I do say about college is you do get a chance to make that network and make friends. That's one thing I really loved about college. I still talk to a lot of people I went to college with, and also like high school. But I feel like my college friends, since we kind of hit adulthood more so together than my friends in high school. So like we are like there for each other. We know like each other's business. Like say Marvin, go back to Marvin's thing where he was saying someone could like start a t-shirt line. Like you can start your t-shirt line on campus, and then you have like a whole customer base on
Right.
that campus.
True. Facts.
Like if you're a photographer, you'll have a whole customer base on campus of the
Facts.
school. But if you're like a photographer trying to come up in the city, you may not know how to like connect.
I got a
to
question.
people.
I got a question to bounce off that, right? What if you never went to the college though, but you went, like you visited? Like you didn't go to the college, but you was just that nigga that was always on the campus and people knew you.
So that it's pros and cons to that, right? Yeah, people know you, but they know you as a nigga who don't go here. So like
They do.
at NIU, we had this
We definitely
thing
had
where
those
there was a
people.
difference in how
Oh,
we
we
treated
all had
NIU
those
people,
people.
and how we treated Kish people.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
Kish,
we knew
Kish,
Kish, so
what's that?
Kishwaukee was
Yeah,
the
tell people
community
Kish is-
college.
yeah.
Okay, I
And we
got
like,
you.
man, nigga, that nigga go to Kish, bro. And like you did not get as much support being a nigga who just in town.
Right.
Like you just didn't. That's super bogus.
Even if
but
you
just
showed
didn't.
up with the flyest t-shirts ever. Like,
Even if you did.
you had the flyest cologne and the bombest
It'll be Kish Cologne.
People gonna be like, you make all this
Hey,
money
good
and
plan.
still go to Kish.
People are weird.
But
and
see,
sick.
now that's why you hated it, because y'all had that whole cool scene.
Maybe. Well,
Right?
I have
If you
many
think-
reasons.
If you,
We
well,
can
yeah,
make that
no, no,
episode why
no,
Reggie
no,
hated college.
Whole topics. Why Reggie hated.
Hey,
I'm
Nah,
dead.
I mean, it was. But
But that just adds a level of hierarchy, right? Because like, let's say I don't have enough money to go to NIU. Let's say I only have enough money to go to Kish, but I want to put myself in the environment of the prestigeness, right, of NIU. May it be prestige or not,
okay.
depending on how you look at it, right? Because you got people who live in Champaign, and then kids that go to U of I, right? And the U of I kids look at the kids from Champaign like, oh no, them some niggas from Champaign. But it could be somebody like, yo, I'm really out here trying to grind, like.
yeah, I feel that. But like, the
It's
world
still-
is
it's
a
still a
hierarchy,
barrier,
bro.
right? It's
I
still a
mean,
barrier,
it's not
huh?
like I created the barrier. You know what I mean? Like, the world has a hierarchy.
Yeah.
Even if you decided I'm not doing college at all, like here I am just gonna try to thug it out in the city, or I'm gonna try to take my product here in the city.
Yeah.
There are people who are doing exactly what you do really well, and then there are those of you who no one knows.
Right.
Like how many party promoters? Like
Right.
we can
Yeah.
name the top 3-4 party promoters in the city,
Yeah.
and then we can name 4 or 5 homies who's trying to do this, and ain't nobody going to this.
And maybe
Facts.
that's just because I have a different perspective, because in the city, right, because I went to school in the city, we knew that people didn't go to school there, but they was promoting the parties, and niggas was going to the parties, like flooding the parties. But, you know, I think it's just possible. It just depends on
Yes.
And
how
and
you
the
finesse it.
second
Just
something
depends.
went down at the party, something bad goes wrong, they're like, man, it was them niggas that don't even go here. You know what I mean? It was, that stigma's always gonna be
right,
there.
right.
I get what y'all saying.
Yeah.
Like real talk. But no, that's super dope. So that kind of takes me to my next segue. Like, do y'all feel like college has prepared us for the real world, right? Because we just gave a bunch of examples of undergrad where it's like, is this?
Could help.
I feel
it
like
worth it?
I feel
Right.
like I feel like
Yeah.
surface level, right? Like like acknowledging it, because I think us as millennials, like we all like to say like, oh, okay, cool, like college didn't really teach me anything, or like maybe some people did, it did teach some stuff, but like, you know, a lot of people be like, oh, like, because I'm one of them, I'd be like, oh no, I didn't need like everything I learned pertaining to my career, I learned it outside of college. However, I think subliminally, right, it did prepare you. It just taught you how to everything that you've done from birth, right, has just properly created you and molded you into the person that you are now. And that includes college. Right? So like, yeah, it potentially did prepare you for society and for you in society. You know what I'm saying? But that just adds a little depth in there. That just throws a little.
Okay, we're philosophical.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You
Right.
feel me? Like subliminally,
Yeah.
like
Feng
you
shui,
had
what
those
you said.
experiences, you had those things that did mold you into who you are now. Like maybe, okay, yeah, whatever. Doing taxes, you ain't learned that in school, right? Managing money, you ain't learned that in school, which they should have all those things in school.
Right.
It's
Yes.
horrible that they don't, right? It's crazy because they're literally the system is molding you into the person that the system benefits from, when really you need to find a way outside of that bubble. But as far as you go, right, as far as what you have been molded into, right, the person that you are for society and what you contribute to society, what you bring, is stepping stones. I think college helped. But
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, as far as my career, it didn't do nothing.
For me,
Me personally, yeah.
for me, I would say, again, it's kind of, college is almost like kind of what you make it. So in terms of like preparing you for the real world, sorry, if you go to like, say, a career fair or like the extra speech classes, or like you're real like involved, then you learn how like to connect and treat different people, and it just like helps you, like, I don't know how to even explain it, like just connect, like build that person-to-person connection with people
Yeah.
that will come later in the real world. As far as like my major was graphic design, and honestly, I felt like I learned more outside of class or like on my own rather than I did inside the actual classroom.
Facts.
But again, like it helped me like prepare for like critiques on like designs, like connecting to other artists with different projects. Like that part like really helped like push my graphic design skills to like the next level.
Right.
I feel that.
True.
What about you?
I would say, yeah, it does. And you said, does it help you prepare for life, like outside of work? I think it does. So for me personally, I think that I gained so many different skill sets from college, from leadership roles that I could use, like putting down on resumes. I think also like just building more like my speech skills as far as from like organizations I was in, and also going back to outside like the people, like you develop a network. Honestly, I learned how to tie like multiple different ties, learning different things about dressing, suits. So it definitely prepared me in a different experience outside of like if I would have stayed home, or if I went to community college, or if I didn't go to college at all. So I don't feel like if you're from the inner city or you stay in the suburbs, if you didn't go to college, it's a certain experience that you probably won't be able to relate to from students the people that did go to college. So just did it prepare you for life as far as like time management? There was sometimes it could definitely make or break you. It'll show you who you really are. Like as far as from trying to balance, like Sam said, you going to sleep or waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and you got a paper due
Definitely
at 10. You got a test at 2. You didn't even eat. Like bro, like, I've only been up for 2 hours and I'm literally about to like crash. I'm about to like break down and melt down already.
Yeah, especially if like super involved in like all these organizations on campus.
Exactly.
Plus class. It was just, it could just be a lot.
Meetings like 5, 6, 7. You got class at 8. Like, bro, this is not real. And like, bro, it's only Monday. Like, hold on. Like, how am I going to get through the week? So it could definitely teach, like I said, time management, and you have to figure some things out. So
Yeah,
like
college definitely helped with my time management skills. I was a very involved person, from campus activities board to playing on a volleyball team to
You play
being
volleyball? Go
yes,
crazy.
I play volleyball.
All right.
To be-
You a varsity, all right? You just jacking the shit.
to
You was a
being
cool
in-
kid.
Stop it. Being in like male organizations and working on campus, it just, it's a lot.
It's a lot,
It's
bro.
a lot.
It's a lot. I definitely say it teach you how to hustle a little bit too, because there was sometimes I'm like, how am I going to pay off this tuition for the semester? So I had to like talk to grad advisors, go to the scholarship office, do anything like to
help me.
I'm trying to stay here. I'm not trying to go home. So it definitely pushes you to really dig deep into your problem solving skills. You got to really figure some stuff out and just dig inside, reach another side of you that you never really knew was inside of you, bro.
See, like I view it differently, yo. Like I don't feel like
Really?
college prepares you for the real world, because realistically, how many of us are like up at 9, putting on suits, then, sat in one space for 3 or 4 straight hours, surviving off of ramen noodles and PB&Js, going to 4 or 5 meetings a day,
Right.
literally then getting into some homework where you're not asleep again until 2 a.m. to do it all over again.
Yeah.
Like, it teaches you how to hustle, like how to grind, but I feel like college is its whole own world. Like, you get a lot of gems, though. You, like, do learn a lot about yourself if you allow yourself to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You do learn a lot about your hustles and your passions and your purpose, but, like, in looking at how college works and how, like, you create your own time.
You think it.
What?
Right.
That is not real world.
Not real world.
Yeah. You definitely can sign up for them night classes.
Yeah.
You could definitely sign up for
You
them.
don't gotta go to class.
You think right. You think it prepares you for like getting a 9 to 5? Having that, like that being
I do feel like college better prepares you for corporate
Right.
than it does the real world.
okay.
Like being on schedule, having due
Right,
dates,
right,
having
right.
to do
Yeah.
things out. 'Cause a
3,
lot
4
of jobs you
3, 4
got to work
meetings a day.
outside of work.
Right.
You got to be in these meetings and these Zoom calls.
Yeah,
like,
that's why you be on salary.
real talk.
Cause it's like, oh nah, yo 9 to 5 plus your 5 to 9.
Exactly.
Let me get that too. Cause
Exactly.
we paying
Get that
you. We paying you throughout the year. We don't
Yeah.
pay you for these little hours. You got some overtime.
Group
So
projects.
what?
Group projects is a big thing in
Whew.
college, but
Yeah,
like
group
that's
projects.
also the workforce. Like
Yeah.
very seldomly do you work individually.
So you saying it basically
Yeah.
it's depending on where you want to go with your passion post college. And that was the other thing I was thinking while Devin was making his point. I was like, damn, he's talking about all these things that he's doing in college. Like, do you find yourself not doing half of that shit once you graduate? Right? Like, do you? Do you find yourself just as busy as you were in college, out of college?
I think you could.
Right, it
But-
depends.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a hybrid, right? Instead of me being in literally 8 different organizations with all those responsibilities, I am still, you know, doing things within like 2 or 3 organizations that I genuinely care about.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm
And you
personally
put
just
more
as
work
busy.
in than you would in those 6, like say you were in 6, 7 organizations. Now you're focused on 3, 4 that you really care about, but you're doing the effort of 6, 7.
Exactly.
Right.
Because now the things that I'm a part of, I care about, I love. Like it challenges me, or I'm just really good at it, whatever the case. All the things I'm invested in now, I'm putting more energy and time into it because these are things I want to do.
Right.
Like my average day now, right? Work a full time, well, not the summer, this don't count. But in general, work a full day of work teaching, right? Then I'll go to the gym. And then from there, I'm figuring out 2 podcasts,
Right.
a book, merch, still mentoring, right? And then putting in family time and all this other stuff. So
Right.
I'm definitely still busy.
Right.
It's just now it's not busy work.
It's
I
not
agree
so
with you.
much
It's not like you
movement.
making-
It's not so much I gotta be here, I gotta be there, I gotta be there, I gotta be there. You just
Absolutely.
you zoning in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
True. I feel that. I guess it depends on me too, because I could have a day where I gotta be 3 places at once. Like literally, the gig life is nuts. Like when I got out of school, I was doing like 3, 4 gigs a day, and it was stupid. It was crazy. I was just as busy as I was in high school, and then like I kind of started focusing. Like I got older, and I was like, okay, cool. What really needs my time? What will I benefit most? What will benefit me most, right, from doing this? Will I go? Do I need to do 3, 4 gigs a day, or do I just need one really, really, really good paying gig, and I could just go that one place, right? You know what I'm saying? But also, yeah, my mind still do be racing like I was in college, because I be thinking about all the things that I want to do, and I be trying to check them off my list. I definitely still, so I mean, I don't know, maybe it did prepare, you know what I'm saying?
That's interesting.
But so to ask out, do y'all feel like college prepared you for corporate more than it prepared you for like the real world?
And do you feel like you do more or less outside of like school, after post school?
Okay, questions. Attack me and Marvin with all the questions.
Yeah.
What's your social
keep up.
security
Right,
number?
right. Give me the last 4.
For me,
Your credit card.
For me, in terms of, I cannot talk today, guys.
The
It's
heat,
a
it's the
it's a
heat.
heat. It's a little hot in
It's all
here.
good, it's
Need a
all
little
good.
drink. But for
Yeah, we
me,
need
in
the
terms
beverages.
of workload, being a graphic designer in undergrad, we did get a lot of assignments and a lot of projects to do in a short period of time. So in terms of that, I do think it prepared me for my current job that I have right now as a designer, because our deadlines aren't always as long, and sometimes we gotta turn over things in like a short period of time. People might need 30 banners to promote an artist by tomorrow, and you gotta be able to do that. So in terms of that, for me, I do feel like it prepared me for corporate and even the real world, because sometimes when I'm doing like personal projects, people might try to hit me up for a logo the same week, and it's like, I don't know.
yeah, no.
We'll see. We'll see if I can do that, because
Niggas be on graphic designers' heads.
Yeah, and it's like,
on their
I
ankles,
cannot
on their necks.
make something appear.
On the ankles.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy. I mean, yeah. Cause are you just more so like are you a perfectionist?
I am definitely
Yeah.
a perfectionist.
Yeah. See, I have a buddy who also is a graphic designer, but literally like he can do it a really good job, and he could do it in like 15, 20 minutes. But the hardest process for him is like opening the computer and like opening Photoshop. He'll like put it off, and then he'll open it and finally do it. But like it'd be like a week after, 2 weeks after the deadline that somebody asked for it.
Not 2 weeks.
I mean, it'd be he prioritizes shit.
Could have just said no.
Yeah.
Could have just said no.
But even for me, like in terms of when I made the Psyck discussion intro, I was about to damn near scrap it.
Go crazy.
I dropped a little preview in the chat. Y'all, oh, that look fire. Y'all sure?
Right.
Y'all positive?
Yeah, I guess I was that way. I wasn't really that way when I made the beat. I was like, let's get to it. I made that shit. I turned that shit around real quick.
Fact.
Yeah, I was more so excited to do it. I was like, I want to have some polished shit.
So I won't forget about you.
Oh, no,
Yeah, so
y'all-
I'm going on a whole tangent.
Yeah, I hope you've been thinking. I hope you've been thinking over there, bro.
Real life.
I finally got my words together,
I hope
so I
you've
have
been
to
thinking
talk.
over there.
Nah, but For me, well, I'm first. I think it's interesting. I'm glad that y'all did go first because when y'all were kind of talking, Reggie and Devin, when y'all were talking about is college for everyone, I was hearing more of like a.
Just left me out of this.
No, because they were kind of capitalizing on the points at the point where you were asking, is it for everyone?
Mm-hmm.
From what I was hearing from you two, exactly, it was like more of it is networking wise. But now when y'all break it down, like it kind of helps y'all balance like y'all time and time management. It makes more sense. And Reggie, you had made a point. And you said, like, if you want to, like, only work the minimum wage jobs, or do you want to, like, get kind of canceled out of, like, the economy because a lot of jobs are going to, like, you know, more, like, technology. I was thinking, like, it's not for everyone because, like, you can go to school and then still damn near get paid a minimum wage job.
Right.
You have a master's and still be getting offered, like, $12. So
Be
you
that
like,
cashier.
Hey, bro, hold on. This is not making
Cashier.
sense. So I was like, no, it's not. But in that sense, it definitely does help. And I see what y'all saying, like, looking like how I balance my time, like how I schedule my day, like it did prepare me to work like a 9 to 5. Like you're gonna be busy for this big chunk of day, and then, like, at the end of the day, you're gonna damn near get nothing to yourself. But you gotta figure it out. Like you gotta figure out how to eat, kick with your friends, or put in some work for your side hustle, your business. Shit, damn near do nothing. Like
That
that's how
shit
you feel
crazy
sometimes.
how much time a 9 to 5 takes away from you.
Yeah.
That shit crazy.
Yeah.
Majority of your day.
The
Nine to
whole
five.
day.
Let me stop.
Well, not, I won't say majority of your day.
I mean, but
majority
just-
of your daylight.
Just the
where
just the
you-
opportunity to get stuff done for
Stuff
you.
done.
You know what I'm saying? Like literally, the banks are open. What, 8 to 6? Luckily, or something like that. Is it 8 to 6 or is it 9 to 6?
Just
Something like
depends on
that.
it.
Like you get an hour on each side, right? Depending on if you wake up early or you get off early or whatever the case is. Like the banks, like if you gotta call anybody, their customer service hours 9 to 5.
You
Like
gotta step out your damn
right,
job.
literally, you gotta do all this, all that. You know, if you need to run an errand, go to the doctor's office, all these things. Like
That's
you gotta
cutting.
take time.
Doctor's appointment cut into your job.
Until the
time.
job
Right.
I got to use PTO.
Okay.
Right.
If I'm lucky enough to get that.
For real.
Yeah,
They want you to
that
do all
shit-
that on a
that shit
10-minute
crazy.
break. Like, hold on. Use the bathroom on your break. Like, hold
You
on.
always got coworkers who in your business. Did
clock out.
Reggie come back yet? Mind
Reggie
your
was
damn
gone for
business.
2 hours.
Right. Oh
My break don't
God.
start till I get my food.
For real.
Real talk. Real talk.
That's why entrepreneurship
Okay.
is the way. But
It is. It is.
That's
But you're gonna suck as an entrepreneur if you don't know how to be a worker.
Yeah, that's true.
depends.
Hey, brother. It's,
I
think it
I
depends.
personally don't think you can successfully
think-
run a business if you haven't worked for anybody else before. You got.
I mean, there's people that have done it though. There's people that have done it.
And there's many that has failed.
But there's people that have succeeded and done it.
This is gonna be a whole nother conversation.
It is.
But
But all I'm-
Clearly.
all I'm
Like,
saying-
all right,
oh, no,
me and
no,
Marv
no.
are here.
I'm just letting you know, bro. It literally, all you really got to do is be a people person. Be an entrepreneur. You just put the right people in your corner that can do all the things that you need to do. You don't have to be the worker. They could be the worker.
But everybody can't be an entrepreneur, I'd say.
I mean,
Like,
no,
it
I'm not,
takes a
I'm not saying
certain
this for
type of
everybody.
drive.
Yeah, but
I just know personally, if my boss said, I have never worked for anybody ever, this is how my job's gonna work, I'm out. I need you to understand the grievances
Right.
of a worker, of
Yeah.
a laborer. Like, I need you to understand working hard and feeling underpaid. Like, I need you to understand that if I'm
right,
gonna work for you.
right. I feel that. I feel that. I mean, I
Different
still think it's
strokes,
possible to
different
still
folks.
happen. Right. Exactly.
It can happen.
You just got to be motivational, right? You just got to be motivational, right?
Yeah.
And that don't necessarily have to come from a path of like, okay, cool, like I've been there too. It can come from a path of let's see this vision, right? Look, there's this vision. You can be a part of it too. This is gonna be a way it's gonna benefit you.
I feel like there may be like a level of narcissism with that. Like if you're on your boss and it's like, because he can't relate. Like, no, it's my way or the highway. Like,
At all.
Well,
this way,
yeah,
this way,
and
this way.
but that's what I'm saying, right? You don't have to. It don't have to be a my way or the highway. I'm saying you put people that do the things that you need done in places that do them.
Okay, so say like you have a vision for something to be done.
Right.
I'm not doing it the way you want it to be done.
But-
Just because I'm saying like, because of personal reason, say like I got like the family issues going on, or whatever. But
Right.
you've never been a worker. Like you don't understand. Like you have a 30-minute gap to try to make phone calls, make sure your family's straight. You got separate.
Oh, no, I
appointments.
feel you.
So you're gonna be mad, like bro, like I need you to get this stuff done, but I'm personally mentally not there.
But see,
because I
that's-
got other stuff going on in my life. But you can't relate because you're only been a boss that never been in that position before.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not about a vision of how to get it done. I'm not talking about a vision like, I need you to file these papers. I'm not gonna say,
I love how
okay,
this is completely
this is-
not on topic, but
right.
it's interesting.
But it's deep. It's deep.
This
it's
is a
deep, though.
commercial break,
I wanna hear
guys.
it, though.
You were saying like, okay, cool. I have a vision for you to get this task done. It's not a vision for you to get this task done. Like, I don't care how you get the task done. Get the task done. Like let's say, okay, cool, I have this stack of papers, right? And I ask you to file them. And you are going to be the person that files the papers, right? And you say that Z through A is better. And in my mind, right, I'm thinking A through Z is better. But I'm never going to go to the file cabinet to get to file the papers or grab the files. I'm going to just ask you for them. But the vision is bringing this business to the hierarchy or the level that it can achieve, right? And through you filing the papers, right, it's going to help the business, and then you can get growth, right? It's not about the vision of the task. It's about the vision of the bigger picture.
That's going to fail the second someone quits. If I decide I'm quitting, I'm not putting in my 2 weeks, and I'm not training who's next in my job, you don't know how to file this shit either. Job is now fucked.
It depends.
But all right, back from the
Anyway,
let's start to wrap this, man. Like, so what are like some major gems? Like, what are some major takeaways from some of the things y'all have learned in undergrad?
I can't even focus at this point.
Right.
Takeaways. I could get that.
There's some major things that you know for sure. Undergrad has taught me this.
And just because I'm going to go from my biggest takeaway from school, basically I'm going to grasp from there. Your network is your net worth. So that's what I'm going to take away from it.
Come on, that's all.
That's all.
Mic drop. Yeah,
Right,
Boom.
mic drop. You know what I mean?
Y'all can't really about that one, Sam.
Right. I mean, that's all it is.
I love that though. That's as real as it can get.
Right. That's all I got.
Yeah, I don't have any. I feel like that's bad for me to not have any big takeaways. But I do agree with Sam that
was the
networking
biggest
is
benefit.
literally the biggest thing that you can get out of college. From keeping up, say you got a professor that works in a certain field that you want to work in, like you connect with them, or you got a friend that graduates and finds a job before you, and then they could get you hired. It's just all kinds of things that really make college worth it. But if you go to college and don't network with nobody, just wake up, go to class, don't be involved, then you really don't have any of those.
Took some from them books.
Like you don't have any of those connections, unless you like in finance, economics, something like that.
Unless you learn how to move a scalpel.
Then if you're becoming a doctor,
right?
you know?
Exactly. Lawyer, engineer.
Like those guaranteed jobs, like
Right.
maybe you'll be okay not networking because obviously someone's gonna need a doctor.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true.
That's why.
For me, what I learned from undergrad, honestly, just going back to like I was saying about managing time and like how you do anything.
Okay, time management.
How you do everything. Like if you half-ass anything, even like going to school, thinking like how I approach like just going about my day, like how I'm going to approach these classes, like how I'm going to schedule things out, organizations, like I'm going to put my all into this org, but not this org because I really don't care as much as the other one. I think overall it did affect my experience. Like looking back, like I think like I probably could have did more. I could have got more out of my experience. So looking into like the real world, I feel like I can't half-ass any task I take on. So like how I spend my time, we all get the same 24 hours, but if I'm bullshitting mine and you being productive in yours, I can't expect the same things out of it. So
I like that take. I like that take.
I feel that.
What about you, Reg?
For me, right? Mic drop moment. So honestly, college is not about what you know. It's about who you know. That networking piece we were saying. However, who you know is determined by what you know. Meaning you can't be an idiot and think you're about to be with all the smartest, the brightest of people. Like you can't be a goofy and think you're about to be with the coolest, more successful people. Like, I'm sorry. I very seldomly know 1.0 students who literally get to kick it with 3.5s and higher. I rarely know. I know some students who had the 3.5 and dropped down, right? But like I don't know students who you're at the bare minimum or you're bottom tier, and then you get into all of like the benefits and the resources of the upper echelon. I've just never seen it, and that's just not how society works.
There wasn't no bottom tier for graphic design at NIU. If you wasn't 3.0 or higher, you got kicked out the program.
Like for real.
Damn.
And that's how master's programs are.
Right,
It's like you can pay
right.
all this money. If you can't maintain a 3.5 or a 3.0, and some places even
2.5,
a 4,
right.
you out.
Yeah.
So it's like, it is. It's not necessarily, what you know. It's who you know. However, what you know affects
Who you know.
The who you know.
Yeah.
Which makes perfect sense.
I also think what you're trying to know, right? The area that you put yourself in, right, also determines that too. You know what I'm saying?
That
like
makes
just
sense.
on
That
some,
makes sense.
okay, cool. Like I want to be in a creative space with creative people, so I'm gonna put myself in theater, or I'm gonna put myself in something that's more artsy, right? So then that means I submerge myself around those people, and then I mean, yeah, talent has its take,
Facts.
because bullshit only takes you so far.
So far.
It only takes you so far. But there's some good bullshitters out there.
Facts.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so to wrap this thing up, man, do y'all got any advice for someone who is thinking about going back to school?
Going back.
So maybe
Going
they
back.
left, or even they just a bit older, they never actually went, and now they like, ooh, should I do this college thing?
Like going back as in they finished already, or
Like
going back
masters
as
or
they
undergrad?
Any of them, right? Because all these people are listening. So either they finished undergrad and thinking about going to get their master's, or they completely quit college and then like, oh, maybe I should go finish, or maybe the high school student who never even went, and now they like, man, fuck, I'm tired of this paper that I'm not getting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So however y'all want to take it, y'all got advice for any of those people who are eyeballing college again.
So if you gotta vouch, like if you gotta suggest anything, because that's such a wide group, that's such a wide,
Yes.
no expectations.
Pick one. Ooh, I
No
like that.
expectations.
No expectations.
Don't have any
That's
expectations,
good.
right? And come into it, right? And I'm gonna just say this because this is the environment that I've recently versed myself into, which is like the stock market, right? And they say trade the trend. So just come in there, don't have any expectations, right? And if college takes you this way, flow with it, right? If it takes you this way, flow with it. I would say no expectations.
Yeah, even going off that point of no expectations, I still say have like a solid foundation or like a plan, but like don't go in there like all willy-nilly, like, oh, I'm just here, I don't know what I want to
Right.
major in. Like obviously you're thinking about going back to college or starting college, you obviously have a reason for that, and just like know why you want to be there, because once you know why, it'll make it way easier to get through the process. Or like if things get hard during the process, you have that reason why you want to be there, and you can remind yourself that this is why I'm here. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to get this done within 4 years or however long it takes you. But yeah,
God damn it,
To you,
Devin, you
Marv.
took mine. I just But yeah, I mean, honestly, it was kind of touching on what Devin said. I was gonna say, like, just pretty much know your why, like know your end game, why you doing this, and realize that it's an investment.
Yeah.
Because it's at the end
Don't
you have
waste,
to
don't waste that bread.
don't go in there.
yourself.
Okay, going for general studies, like you finna owe
GS.
6, 7, 70 racks. Like it's a waste of time. So pretty much know, like have like you said, some type of structure. Make sure you loving what you do in the end of it, or if you don't know, kind of leave it a little bit broad where you can still have some wiggle room to figure it out. And that's what I think would be best.
And I say, man, learn the resources that are tailored to your needs. If you are a parent, before you even go back, man, what resources do this school, this university, whatever, have for parents? Whether it's a single parent, it's a couple parent, you know what I mean? If you are blind, if you are whatever, you just a little slow. Like, it ain't documented. You just know you don't do things as fast as everybody else.
Right.
Man, what are the student support services, the trios?
Right.
Like, if you're in the military, whatever the case, learn what are the resources that are tailored to your needs, so that when you go in, you're not going in blind. You're not going in all willy
I
nilly.
definitely will say I wish I took it more advantage of the resources at my share, for sure.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's so many in college, you know what I'm saying? Literally, I mean, but
yeah.
we trying to wrap it up here. Are we still going? Can
It's
I go on a
getting
tangent
a little
real quick?
lengthy.
Can I get a little tangent in there?
We gon' let's table that. I
Yeah,
feel like
we can
that's a
table
good
that. I
conversation
mean,
we can have
it's
about
resources. That's all.
Yeah, wrap it up.
It's hella resources in college.
Facts. So
A lot of
with
resources.
that being said,
Yep.
right, we appreciate y'all for tuning
Right,
into this long ass episode.
If you made it to the
accident.
end, you did it. You did it.
We hope you got something from it.
Yeah, we
But-
did drop some gems in there.
Nah,
though.
this was solid, man. But as always, this is Psyck Discussions. And until next time, we are out.
sick.